This week on Print 7, we speak to Marten Sims from Arts University Bournemouth about a design and print competition they ran with Lush, Foilco and Dayfold. We caught up with Marten after his talk at the Print Show 2024 Knowledge Zone.
So we were talking about a project that was running from January to March this year involving first year students, and the goal was to produce a wellbeing festival toolkit. And so we had 90 students involved in the project, and it was a collaboration between Lush, Dayfold, GF Smith and Foilco and the Arts University Bournemouth, and the main goal was to get these 90 students really into print and to get them to make a festival toolkit so that we could see how it would work in real life. We have absolutely loved being at the print show. We've really enjoyed it. Looking around at the different stands, meeting new people. We met another student from Loughborough University, but also just seeing the kind of equipment and seeing what the print industry can offer. That's a really big eye-opening experience for us. I mean, I've been working in the industry for like plus 20 years, and I'm seeing new stuff, so I'm really impressed. But I think for the two students, for Annabelle and Lauren, it was very important for them to come up and see this kind of stuff, showcasing what different tech can offer, and also just that kind of expose of like a different kind of experience. And on a second note, the other thing is, I think it's been really good for their confidence to get them to come up to a thing like this, to speak in front of other people, because it's quite nerve-wracking, right? It's quite nerve-wracking if you're not familiar with it. So a lot of new things for them. So usually we're trying to like put the feelers out there to get other people involved from industry in our work, but this actually came to us. So the print collective had actually already been meeting for up to a year beforehand, and they basically wrote us an email and said, hey, we want to do a project with you, what would work? And then the conversation started from there. So in summer 2023, we had that first conversation, and then we took it on from there.
For the competition, first year students on AUB's graphic design course were tasked with creating printed and packaged wellbeing kits, which used Lush cosmetics. First prize won an 8-week internship at Lush, with second prize winning 1 week's work experience at Dayfold.
We've been trying to do a project like this for a while now, but it's really difficult without the external engagement, right? So we've obviously got really good high-end equipment at our university, but nothing competes with the kind of stuff that people like Dayfold have got, or that Lush are developing, like the kind of tech that those guys have. That was really the main difference, right, is the kind of things that students can get when the industry gets involved, and especially the shortlisted students that actually got their work produced professionally using the Dayfold Indigo press. It was absolutely exceptional to have that work come back, because we just can't do that kind of thing. We can't have the professional finish on it. So really, yeah, really important for them to get involved. I would say that the learning on the unit in comparison with the previous years was basically, it was incomparable. The work that was produced this year was like significantly different to the work that was done previously. And it's again, just because of the fact that we were able to go to the printers, we were able to meet like with them like from day 2 or day 3. The students got that kind of exposure quickly. Otherwise, the students are just hunched over their computers and they keep everything nice and safe. They're working on InDesign or Illustrator. They might export it as a PDF, and they're very hesitant to print anything out, even if it's just a test run on something. And so we just noticed a huge shift in like their mindset on the project. Printing stuff out quite early, making mistakes, correcting them, and then going through to another iteration until they got it right. So it was really critical that they got that experience. Working with a client like Lush that many people are already familiar with, that was really critical. So it sounds really obvious, but a nice sexy client with the right kind of fit with the students is really like, you know, it's the thing that really pushes them. But I also think that it was about the project as well, right? This idea of a festival wellbeing toolkit, which a lot of students go to. They go to festivals, right? This is their big, you know, they might have a part-time job, earn some money, and then they go and spend it on a festival. They want to go and see the big headline acts, the new upcoming bands and that kind of stuff. So that was the other thing, was trying to find a way to connect, you know, an external client like Lush with something that the students are really engaged in. A lot of our students got into the graphic design course, right, because they're interested in digital. They're using TikTok, they're using Snapchat, they're using all of this kind of things on their screens. Some of our students will admit, I always do like a show of hands, you know, how many hours, you know, of social media do you use a day, right? And it's usually between 5 and 8 hours of social media. So so that's quite a lot of screen time. And that's one of the reasons why they came onto our course, because they're like, well, I really like what I see, and that's a really big deal, right? So some of the time, like, our job is actually just trying to dangle a big carrot in front of them, and in this case it was print, right? It's like, okay, I know you guys want to go into motion or digital and you want to work with big brands. One of our major goals was to showcase how good print could be very early in the project, just to kind of knock them off that train, right? Because a lot of them, they just want to stay on that track. That's the reason why they're on the course. And if you can give them that kind of experience really early, then they don't kind of settle into this like, oh, well, I'm only interested in digital, I only want to go into like, motion, that kind of stuff. So that was a really core component of the brief, was give them something, nice big carrot right early on in the project, and we really think it worked. A lot of them totally got on board with print, and we're seeing a lot more of that kind of like interest in our students now, a lot more of them looking a bit more broader at the kind of work that they could go into once they graduate. If you're a printer, go contact your local university and say you'd like to work together. That's basically what Dayfold and Lush and Foilco did with us. And I think that's the main thing that we'd really like to see from this project, is more printers trying to find those really young students. But you've got to start with the lecturers, you've got to start with the people who run the courses, and if you want to see more young people come into print and not make the kind of the obvious mistakes and stuff, you've actually got to go out there and invite them in, because we're all really busy and we're always looking for projects and we're always looking for work. So if you've got a project and you want to do it and you want to get students involved and you want to get them to get that print bug, then you reach out to them and they'll probably bite.